See? Is that enough for you? Da, 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 da. Brought to you in part by St. Croix Rods, best rods on earth. Strike King Lure Company, #1 in fishing lures. Ardent, pure performance, all-American. This week on Extreme Angler TV.
There he is.
Yeah, there. At that time. We'll be right back. Hey, welcome back to Extreme Angler. It is late March, and I'm in shorts, t-shirt, and we're gonna fish for bass. Whoop. Hold on, where are we? Hey, back in South Carolina. You see me fishing with Patrick
There he
for
is.
redfish, channel cats, but this time, largemouth bass. We're not sure what the bite's gonna be like. Some fish have spawns. If it's March and I can fish for bass, that's all that matters. We're gonna punch some mat, maybe some cane edges, some grass, some pads, use some striking like little river rats and rodents and things like that. Tone it down a bit, but still got some braid, strong hooks. Gonna get into the heavy stuff, hopefully pull out some of the heavy bass in South Carolina. You know, there's so many different opportunities to go and instead of ice fishing. Like, I'm Canadian born and bred, but I'm telling you, born in the north, but I'm as redneck as they come when it comes to bass fishing, hey, redfish. And the opportunities that are available, whether it be Tennessee, Mississippi, Carolina, Alabama, you name it. It's just a matter of checking out the places, seeing the guides that are available, reserve fishing. They got guys everywhere. So there's no excuse not to have the opportunity. Just go, pack your rods and reels, set it up, jump in their boat. They've got the lake knowledge of the seasons, what's happening. You just, eliminate all the guesswork and you just want to go out and catch fish. Reserve fishing is the way to go. Little point, it's an ideal spot. Fish to move and sitting there. Ideal spot. Where are you, Big Bubba? Huh? Come on, I know you're in here somewhere.
There he is.
Yeah, there. You stuck in there?
There he is.
Come here, you.
Nice.
You just had to be in there somewhere, didn't you? Hey? That's how they do it in South Carolina. First largemouth. South Carolina. Oh, we got that. Little hooks, we'll find this mark good, eh? Just a little one, probably guarding the nest. You know what? That is a good start when chasing crappie and bream and everything else, everywhere else, come to South Carolina, finally get some bass. But you know what? This kind of stuff is not so much about the size of the fish, but how we're fishing it. It's the way I love to fish for bass. Chunking it in there, heavier rods, braid, big hook, nice striking, soft plastic. That's what you get. We'll put him back right here. Look for a big mama instead, huh? Look at his head, all bumped up. Nice fish. That's what we're gonna do today. Get the heavy stuff out, tungsten weights, shake it up a little bit, let him see it. But it's sometimes painstaking going in, pitch, pitch, pitch. And you think to yourself, oh, maybe not, maybe so. They're like little homes. They find their spots. It looks all similar, but there's little things that we're going to show you today that where those bigger fish or good fish sit in and position in. Let's keep doing it. You see that kind of stuff? See that? It's an opening. Little cane patch after a bunch of hydrilla and pads and stuff like that. That's where the fish should have been. It's where the fish was. Let's keep moving up here. Actually, this right here, like this.
Well, I'm gonna put you on.
Yeah, hit on this here too.
Yeah.
Little isolated patches like this here. Look at it. Middle of nothing. Guys driving by it. Little river rat, little striking style plastic. I'm toning it down a little bit because these fish are just on the spawn, after the spawn. They just might want a small presentation. Just give them a little something to look at and eat. Here we go again. Someone will move in here. These are the kind of spots you hit all day long. You know, if you're in this area, you come back to it 5-6 times a day. And one of those times, Big Bubba moves in. You know, you'd swear you could feel every bite with the braid. You don't.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes you just lift up and he's got it, he's moving with it. But so important to pay attention to your, watch where your bait is. Sometimes it just moves slightly. And it's so thick. They feel so secure in there. Man, you got to hit him hard. Get his head turned, get him out of there. The best part of this is they can be from 2 pounds to 10. The Santee Cooper Reservoir, Carolina. Anticipation is just wicked. Putting my bait in a potential spot where it could be an 8-pounder. That is fun.
Big mama. Ooh.
That's a little one. He popped it. I let it sit there for a second, just felt that. Just a little one. We're getting the little bucks. It's okay. Where the little bucks are, they're nice and long, these fish. You can see the potential for the getting big, eh? Our fish are more short and stocky, like footballs. But nice and healthy looking, aren't they? Little kiss. Go on, you. That is why I'm here, Patrick. Having fun, catch some fish.
Heavy cover.
But the potential, yeah, and heavy fish. Any cast, any hook set could be one of those giants. So we're gonna keep going, having fun. You know what? Tuesday morning, it's gonna be about 70 something today, sunny. I'm wearing sandals and shorts, t-shirt, and at home, I know for a fact, it's like -3. People are freezing. It's true. The news reports, everyone's all cold in New York State and Ontario. And look where we are. Look at this. Beautiful bass paradise. Let's keep going. I know what you're thinking. Why am I not using those big 7.3, 7.6, 7.11 flipping sticks? Well, it's a lot easier to travel down here when you're sending rods or you're bringing rods with you and stuff in rod cases. You got to pay the extra money for those bigger long rods. So you know what? These 6.6 jig and worm rods by St. Croix, more than enough. And because sometimes we come down here, we're fishing redfish, I got the ardent salt water, so I can do the best of both worlds, fresh and salt. Not have to worry about my reel corroding and busting up. So when you come to places like this that have saltwater opportunities and freshwater, you're ready to go, you're all prepared. Whoa! That's what happens when you use braid, huh? Poor little guy didn't know what hit him, huh?
One minute he's swimming, the next minute he's flying.
Oh my goodness. That's right, eh? I was swimming it out of there, and I just felt that little bit of weight. Sorry. Sorry. Look at cypress trees. You don't see this every day, do you? Especially not in March. Not in Ontario, you won't. But look at it. Fishing amongst the trees and stuff, you think you're on Bass Masters. Hunting them down first thing in the morning. Can't beat it. The only thing I gotta watch out for is maybe the odd snake, alligator, but just adds to the adventure. Now this is one thing you gotta watch out for in South Carolina. Hey folks, you ever seen Alligator Hunter? See that right there? He's not moving, you know why? He's the big boy, he owns this area. We're gonna see how close he can get. Its head's coming up. And I'm nice and safe in the boat, I think. Let's see what happens. Holy cow. Look at the size of that. Look at the wake he just made.
Going underneath the water right there. He's swimming over here. You can see the females sitting over there swimming in the water in line with that tree. There's one head.
What do you think about that? That's like Jaws, eh? You see him coming at you like that, you hope he goes that way or that way, not this way. Wow. And now it's time for the Cottage Angler, presented by St. Croix Rods, best rods on earth. Sometimes those doldrums of August can just kill you, motivation-wise. You're working hard, putting the baits in the right spots, fishing with the right baits, right presentation, right speed, everything right. Fish are just not in the mood to eat. That's why this drop shot sometimes is one of the best choices you can make, because you can be patient, just like they are, put that bait in front of their face, shake it up, and almost just out of instinct, they just take that one shot. They do that, it's game over. Because I'd say 8 times out of 10, you hook them with a drop shot, they end up in the boat. Oh God, see that? Yep. At that time. How's that for some action plus, eh? See that? I just found some weed too, huh? Off this point on the rocks too. Here he comes. Whoa, look at him go. Gonna come up again? Just a decent fish. Keep that tension on him. And maybe he'll find my basket net. Will he? Oh, you were a blast, eh? You didn't know what that was, huh? I thought you were a big old bass. But you know what? You're a nice smallmouth bass on a day that's kind of slow. And I'm still catching them. Look at him. Just a gorgeous looking fish, huh? Beautiful smallmouth bass. Let's let him go. I love these things, boy. They're so fun to catch, man. But you know what? They can be frustrating too in August. Like I said, there's a transitional period that goes through. Every angler knows it. You just gotta figure it out. Take your time. Find those little spots. I call them little crevices and hiding spots, like I do for largemouth. And smallmouth, small weed patch around a flat, a little bit of a drop off with some grass and rocks, a little creek coming out, different things. And I call them those resident fish. They're not really resident fish, but they're different fish that use those little hiding spots and go into. When they eat and get full, they go away, another one moves in. You gotta find those spots, just like fishing a dock or a tree or different things for largemouth. Smallmouth up here in the north is the same way. Find those little nook and cranny spots, put a waypoint, and go back, do milk runs, and you are gonna catch them too. You know, it's so imperative when you're fishing with spinning gear to have a reel that you can rely on. And I tell you, these drop shot fish, you never know when you're gonna hook into the smallmouth of a lifetime. So I got the braid, 20 pound, hooked up to a little ant-like swivel. Okay, then it goes down to 10 pound fluoro, little drop shot hook, little sinker at the bottom, little shad-like bait, little plastic. I use a finesse worms, different things. But the reel, it's imperative. The Evercast Forge, I loosen off when they're running, tighten up on those hook sets, but I can rely on it, and it looks good too. Oh, nice one too, look at that. Just another solid fish, look at him. That's it, Mr. Smallmouth. Do what you're supposed to do. Find my little bait. Just decent little fish, they're chunky ones. But I'm telling you, I'd rather catch chunky ones than no fish at all. You know, and that's typical Northern Ontario right there. Quebec, New Brunswick, wherever you are. Sure, you're gonna find those 3, 4, and 5 pounders, but boy, these solid 2s, when they get nose hooked like that, they just give you fun. They're a blast. Look at, just solid little fish. No bragging fish, solid backs, but beautiful looking things, eh? Looks like nature just painted them. Let's let him go. He's just giving me a thrill. You ready, little boy? Go on down there. When you're setting hook with these drop shot presentations and stuff, I'm using the braid to the light fluorocarbon leader, but I got the drag fairly tight, because even if I'm fishing below the boat, 20 feet out or 60 feet out, I want that first hook set, the penetration, because those smallmouth grab that bait and hold it. It could be sideways, the hook could be sideways, any which way. You want to make sure it pulls, finds the meat on the first tug, because when they start shaking their head, you only got a little bit of opportunity to set again. So you want to make sure it's tight. As the fish fights, he starts to pull, loosen off, let him pull. He ain't going anywhere, because you know what? If the hook found its mark, you're going to catch him. If it didn't, whether he jumps off or shakes his head, he's going to get off anyway. But make sure that drag is nice and tight at the beginning. Loosen off when he's fighting, tire him out. Let those good St. Croix rods, act as a shock absorber, get him tired. You're going to put him in the boat. Now, when you're drop shotting, you got the weight right on the bottom like this. I got a little 1/4 ounce here, but look how close I got that hook to that bait. But you know why? Because I'm fishing in really specific areas. That weed and the rock and the edges and stuff. I want to make sure my bait is exactly where I want it to be. I don't want it, 24 inches up. I'm not dragging behind the boat like a tube or something else. I want it specifically in those spots that I drop it down and I can feel that weight bouncing on the bottom, and I know my bait is very close to that area where I see the fish on the sonar, where I think he should be, on a rock edge, weed, or whatever it is. That bait closer to up to the sinker, for me today, worked the best. Like looking here, it looks all junky. You think, man, is there bass in here? Oh yeah, they could be that big, or they could be that big. That's why I'm here. That's why I want to catch them. I'm wearing shorts. Everybody at home is freezing. I'm wearing toques, hoods, and gloves. Life's too short. I hate to waste.
I'm still wearing jeans.
Get out here and catch some fish. Come on, fish.
Jeans and flip-flops.
But to me, this is like July and August.
I know. Well, it's nice out here. I wear them just to keep the sun off of me. Getting burned up so bad.
Yeah. And there's water under those brush too. Wow. Real good stuff. Where you at, Bubba? In the pads? Under the tree. Come here, you. That's not too bad of a little fish, huh? Sitting right back in that cane again, eh? Cane with the grass. Look at him. Where he's got that. I just shook that up a little bit. Let it sit there for a little bit longer. A little bit longer. He found it. Boy, look at those hooks finder mark, eh? X point is sick. Put that down, but I mean, you know what? We're not getting giant fish, we're catching fish. And that's all that matters. You know what? They're green and they're bass, and I'm catching them in March. Do I wish they were 7 pounds? Hey, that's a fisherman, right? We always want them big. But when they're biting, and I can fish this kind of messy stuff with my bait casters in March, that's why I come to South Carolina. Let's let him go. Ready, boy? Go back where you came from. Watch him go. See, he disappears. But that's what it's all about. Sometimes you catch the real big guys, sometimes you don't. But it's just that effort, and it's fishing. So, you know what? If you're always caught on every pitch, I think that'd be boring, don't you? That's why they call it fishing. Let's keep going a little bit longer, see if we can pound a couple of good ones before we head back on that planes, trains, and automobile trail. Let's go. Come on, fish. Sometimes when you pitch like that, it sits on top, just shake it a little bit. Don't go too crazy, just shake it a bit. That weight will move around, slide down. The fish will find it pretty quick. They're there. You don't have to put it right on their nose. It's very thick, but they still know what's falling in their domain where they live. When it's sunny and hot like this is the kind of stuff that they sit in. Nasty boys and girls. This little area right here, pads, some trees, hydrilla, comes up to more cane, and it peaks out again. It just looks different than this whole long stretch. Look how long this is. We got one fish there, saw some other stuff along there, but look at this. It's all grass and pads. It comes to a little bit different stuff. When you're fishing in Ontario, South Carolina, I don't care where it is, Florida, look for things that are a little bit different in the weed. Chances are there could be a fish. Something different to attract a big bite. You can eat it. You got him. You got her. Go. Oh! Had your shot.
I was full drag on her, and she swam around one of those pieces of grass, took out, look where she had
Oh,
the
yeah.
bait.
Yeah.
Had the back of the bait.
Yeah. That was a 4-pounder at least. She turned and ate it. Swing and a miss, but I seen her going. You know, when she's like that and she turns like that, she's gonna probably go for the bait. She did. That's the thing right here too. They spawned a little while ago and they're still spawning again. There's fish missing, hitting, and it's pretty fun to come down and look for these fish that are bedding as well. We're only here for catch and release too, but boy, it's just a chance to see them like that. You always know they're gonna turn around like that. But if they're going and they turn, that's the first indication they're gonna interested. And if you're patient, didn't even take her long either. She ate that right away. Oh! Well, keep moving and try to get a bigger one. Oh, there's got to be somebody home around here. Look at that stuff. Man, oh man, oh man. Screams bass. Screaming bass. You in there? Oh, yeah, he's in there. He's in there. Gonna grab him? Oh, swing him in. There we go. You're at the back,
There
eh?
you go.
A bunch of mess, huh? Hey? Get a little bit nicer fish. See, look how light that was.
Yeah.
Hey?
Super light little bite.
You let off there. He's gone. In the slop. What did I tell you? They don't have to be 7, 8 pounds. It's where we're fishing. I absolutely love this stuff. And you hear me say it before, I'll say it again. If you can do this in March, come down to South Carolina, you're gonna catch them. During our stay in South Carolina, the staff of Extreme Angler TV stayed at the comfortable Berkeley Motel, 1-843-761-8400, Moncks Corner, South Carolina. If you want more Extreme Angler, go to our website, extremeanglertv.com, and I'm sure you'll find us on all your popular social networks, YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook, because I know you're gonna like us.